Hey everyone, what's going on? I'm just trying to go through some of these old blog posts like I had talked about. And on June 9th, I turned on the TV and, I was probably going through the guide and the TV show Idiotest was on Game Show Network. So I decided to watch it. It's been one of my more favorite shows as of recent. It's a newer game show that actually makes you kind of think outside the box. It's kind of cool. So whenever that show's on, I usually watch it. There's absolutely nothing else of worth that's usually on, and we usually just have cartoons on most of the time. So for whatever reason, I sat down, I was watching Idiotest, and I was sitting there. I had forgot all about that the host of the TV show Idiotest actually followed me on Twitter, and it was clear back on January 27th. And it is it's completely his real thing. It's not, somebody pretending to be him. It's really him. And it just seems interesting for the fact that, he's not super famous, but he's, mildly famous, and he's on, TV. He's the host of a game show, and he follows me on Twitter, and I literally only have 114 followers. It just seems pretty weird that I have a follower that is, a host of a game show. Ever since I came back and started making some of these videos, I've lost probably 20 subscribers, it says. And I've always wondered how I've been making these videos for how long, and you have no subscribers. You feel like you're talking to the same 10 people over and over. It obviously the videos have to be getting out to, farther than that. Why else would a celebrity host, of a game show, why would he follow me on Twitter? It doesn't make any sense. Also on my Twitter, there's something, it used to, every time I made a YouTube video, it would sync up to Twitter, and then one day it just quit doing it. I don't know if the settings on something changed, because a long time ago my YouTube handle was Dan Beartrap, and then that got changed to just my full name. So maybe something along the lines of that happened. But for a really long time, it hasn't synced up to my Twitter. The only reason this one is on here, and this is the last one at the time of the post, was because I moved a video into a playlist. And for some reason, when I do that, it syncs up to my Twitter. Or if I actually literally copy the link and paste it in and then tweet it, it will show up. I just find it interesting that my last tweet on here was, for one, it was on February 2nd, the 33rd day of the year. And then I was talking about the Jesuits in regards to the Super Bowl. And lately, it's just seemed like the stuff that I'm showing is all connected to the Jesuits. And I've talked a lot about Catholic priests on my blog. So who knows? Just interesting. I didn't even notice that when I made this post, that it was a Jesuit thing or whatever. And I'll show you that. I'll show you a little bit in a second in regards to the Jesuit anniversary. But let's check out the Gematria of Ben Glieb here. So at the time of me making this post, and at the time that he followed me on Twitter, he was age 38. And in Gematria, Idiotest equals 38. Ben Glieb also equals 38. And then he was currently 38 years old. And if you don't know what Gematria is, I'll leave a link in the description. You can go watch that 15-minute video. You'll understand a lot more of what I'm talking about. If you want to try it out for yourself, you can come to this website here, gematrinator.com. And, you can come in here and you can type in stuff for yourself to see its worth, And there's a whole lot of other stuff going on. You have to watch that introduction video, and you have to practice this for yourself to really fully grasp what I am talking about. But I'll just type some of these out here, because there's 4 game shows now that the host, their name syncs up to the TV show. What are the odds of that? So let's check these out here. I got to set my mic down, so give me 1 second here. So we got Ben Glieb equals 38. Idiotest also equals 38. What about Family Feud? Family Feud 51 in the reduced reverse. And just in reverse, we got Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey 51. I mean in reduction. So Steve Harvey 51 in reduced. Family Feud 51 in reverse reduced. Also, let's try Jeopardy. Jeopardy equals 40. Who's the host of Jeopardy? Alex Trebek equals 40. I also just talked about Drew Carey. Drew Carey, 102. The Price is Right. Let's see here. The Price is Right, 102. It's also 93, The Price is Right. Bob Barker is currently 93 years old this year. So, who knows? A lot of times when that happens, you see the celebrity die, so possibly not, but we'll see how it all plays out. Maybe he'll die 93 days before his birthday or something along the lines of that. If he doesn't end up dying, before he's 94 years old. It's just that stuff like this happens all the time. Muhammad equals 74. Muhammad Ali died age 74 on 6/3. The real Prophet Muhammad supposedly died at the age of 63. And there's a whole lot more in regards to that, but I don't even know why I thought of that example. I honestly really do need to go clear back and just make a video in regards to, just a few things and show all of these examples of how many times celebrities die at a certain age or their name equals something and they die that many days away from their birthday. I'm sure I could make a 3-hour video just showing 10-second clips of multiple celebrities. So anyway, Ben Glieb then, the first ever episode of Idiotest aired on August 12th of 2014, which just so happened to be 56 days after Ben Glieb's birthday. And Ben Glieb, the big way, equals 56. I also noted this in regards to Bob Barker. I never thought to look it up with some of these other people, but Bob Barker, his name equals 38 as well. And the very first episode of The Price is Right came out on September 4th of 1972, which was 3 months, 8 days before his birthday. His name equals 38. Hosts his first ever show 3 months, 8 days before his birthday. Another interesting thing is I've literally been talking all about the Jesuits. There's some connection to the Jesuits big time in regards to a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about. Society of Jesus in Gematria equals 56 as well. And the reason that this sticks out so much is that the day that Ben Glieb followed me on Twitter, January 27th, it was 224 days after his birthday. And his birthday's even on Father's Day. And I've been talking all about Father's Day, these Catholic priests. I even talked about the one who supposedly might have molested me, Father Fitzgerald. And then, not even that long later, we get the USS Fitzgerald story. And there's actually a lot more to that story as well. But anyway, note, Ben Glieb followed me 224 days after his birthday. If you put a "the" in front of it, the Society of Jesus, it equals 224. And the very first episode of Idiotest that aired was August 12th, which is the 224th day of the year. Also, in regards to August 12th, and I'll leave a link to that video in the description. I don't know how relevant it actually is to this post, but I did make a thing about August 12th and, the possible date for World War III. I think it was all connected to a different year, though. There was a lot of 71, I believe, but I should go back and rewatch that video just to see if there's something that I'm missing. But August 12th was really synced up to, I think, last year in regards to possibly a significant date for World War III. And a lot of it had to do with the number 71, World War III equals 71. The word Catholic also equals 71. I can't remember all the exact details. I think last year would have been 71 years after the end of World War II. Anyway, moving on, I'm going to try to get this video under 15 minutes here. So I took my birthday to the day that Ben Glieb followed me on Twitter, and it was 78 days after my birthday. And I went from my birthday to his birthday, and it just so happens to be 7 months and 8 days, right? 7 months, 8 days, and then he follows me 78 days after my birthday. The reason this sticks out so much is if you watch the show, it's all about not being an idiot, right? Idiot in reverse gematria equals 78. Also, he was born in the year 78, and he hosts a show, about idiots. It's really funny to me, Did he follow me, basically calling me an idiot or what, Not thinking I would look this up and figure it out. Does he even know that he followed me, or does, did he have to, or did somebody else do it for him? I don't know all the details, but I know that it's coded by the numbers of him following me, and it seems very odd that a game show host would follow a little peon like me who has 114 followers on Twitter. Another interesting thing in regards to me noticing this on June 9th was that it was 127 days after the last tweet that I had put up on 2/2, and then he follows me on January 27th, a lot like 127. I was talking a lot about the NBA Finals at this time as well, and the Cleveland Cavaliers, someone pointed out in my comments that they became the 127th team to go down 0-3 and lose. And February 2nd, 2/2, like I said, the 33rd day of the year, the NBA Finals equal 33 in Gematria, or actually just NBA Finals equal 33 in Gematria. They also equal 78, the big way, NBA Finals, which is interesting. The word idiot, the small way in reverse, equals 33, like NBA Finals. The word idiot also equals 78, like NBA Finals. Cleveland Cavaliers equals 78, like the word idiot, like all the other 78 stuff I showed. My last tweet was on 2/2, right? Basketball equals 22. I have 114 followers. LeBron James equals 114. And the interesting thing about this is this happened, I believe, early in the morning on June 9th. So before Game 4 was even played, and Game 4 was the only one that the Cavaliers won. So who knows? Just really interested me, but if you write out the NBA Finals in Gematria, it equaled 69, the reverse reduced, and in just reverse ordinal, it equals 213. And this was on 6/9. Remember, LeBron James began the playoffs this year on his 213th ever playoff game. Anyway, I thought since Ben Glieb's birthday was Father's Day, I talked about American Dad recently. I talked about the priests, something to do with fathers. I didn't know if it was connected to Father's Day. The NBA Finals could have possibly went to Game 7, and it would have ended on Father's Day. And there was some connections to Klay Thompson and his father, Michael Thompson. But moral of the story, I looked up my own dad. His name in Gematria equals 213, the reverse way, like the NBA Finals. His name, the small way, equals 69, like the NBA Finals in reverse. And the place that he works at even equals 69, And I went from his birthday to my birthday, a span of 213 days. Interesting, too, this year on Father's Day, just after midnight, I was using my dad's car because it was going to rain, it looked like, and I was DJing in Moorhead, Iowa for the Carey family, and there's a bunch of Jim Carrey stuff in regards to Batman, who also died on 6/9, and Moorhead, and I've been talking about a lot of stuff connected to the Moors with all this interrelated stuff in regards to space and the flat earth and whatnot. So just interesting that I would hit a deer with my dad's car on Father's Day. Anyway, so my dad's birthday to the Jesuit anniversary, also a span of 169 days. Father's Day, the 169th day of the year. I also posted that I randomly wondered what time it was while making this post, and I looked over and it was 2:13 on 6/9 when I was typing all this stuff up, just some weird stuff. And in regards to 169, so like I said, it's Father's Day. It was the Jesuit anniversary, 169 days after my own father's birthday. I had talked about in a previous post, Clay Thompson equals 169, and his father, Michael Thompson, was born on January 30th. And if you go from 130 to 6/9, it's 130 days. And if you went from Clay Thompson's birthday to Father's Day, it was also 130 days. And that made me think of my mom, because my mom's birthday is on January 30th, 1:30. And my mom's birthday to my dad's birthday just so happens to be a span of 2 months, 13 days, right? My dad's birthday 213 days before mine. My mom's birthday 2 months, 13 days before my dad's. There was a lot of stuff in regards to pi as well that I didn't explain in this post, but pi equals 69. And, pi 314. A bunch of stuff in the NBA Finals went back to the day that Eugene Cernan died, the last guy to walk on the moon. And the Cavaliers lost to the Warriors by 35, and the Warriors got their 35th win of the season. But in regards to that, Eugene Cernan's birthday was on Pi Day, March 14th, which was also Steph Curry's birthday. My birthday's on the 314th day of the year, just like Pi. And I noted that my mom's birthday to Mother's Day is 3 months, 14 days. And then my birthday, the 314th day of the year. Who knows? Just thought it was interesting. Also, I wrote in here, my birthday is 81 days before my mom's, and 8/1 is the 213th day of the year. And I've been talking a lot about Pope Francis in regards to this number. He will be 81 years old this year, 81 days after the Jesuit anniversary. He's supposedly the first Jesuit Pope. So basically, moral of the story of this post, there's odd things that happen to me that are connected to the things I'm talking about. And, I've just been documenting this for a couple years now, how these things seem to be synced up to your own life. But also, there's all these other things like game show hosts whose name Gematria equals the same as the show they're hosting. So we'll leave it at that. I wanted to make a short video. It always seems to go way longer than what I want it to be. But who really knows? Makes me wonder if this guy followed me only for this reason or something, So whatever. Have a good one.